Coca Cola is the cola soda that is most popular here in Mexico. Also, we think is the most popular consumed nowadays because of its flavor, because a tradition, because of the trajectory, and of course because of the great marketing. And Pepsi is also really cool, but not the same as Coca Cola. We think Coca Cola has a superior amount of popularity than Pepsi. Also, we think Coca Cola is more consumed than Pepsi. Not necessarily because of its flavor, maybe because it's more the name of a brand. Methodology. Our strategy was looking for the information in the web, professors, classmates, and also doing surveys. This helped us to find the information we needed to get a conclusion for the project. We used a quantitative and also qualitative methods of research because of the service rate and of the value and data we were going to obtain from the people we were going to question. We did a non-experimental research design because we didn't need the experimentation process for this research. We used surveys for recollecting data. This provided us the information we needed. The design of the survey was made in SurveyMonkey. At the end, we did 40 surveys, in which we interviewed 40 people from Tech Milenio Querétaro. The survey was made of 10 questions. We were asked about people's opinion about the topic. This survey measured the data in a qualitative and a quantitative method. This was because we did some closed questions where the answer was one or the other. In this kind of questions, the answers were quantitative. This is because the answers are counted and analyzed. But in the case of the qualitative answers, the questions were open, where the interviewed people answered with their opinion. We also had an open question that is quantitative because it threw numerical data that we can analyze. We interviewed teenagers of Tech Milenio Campus Querétaro, that rather from 15 to 20 years old. Also was interviewed teachers from Tech Milenio Campus Querétaro, that rather from 25 to 60 years old. We studied their thoughts about the Coke and Pepsi drinks. Why do they like it? If they like its flavor, etc. We interviewed a total of 40 people. Results. The results were very clear. Coke won against Pepsi. Most people prefer to drink Coke instead of Pepsi. They also think it tastes better, that it has more sugar, and that it's more popular. Conclusion. The conclusion about this exercise is this exercise helps us to look a complete view of a study of a certain theme. This exercise helps us understanding a little bit more how to do a well-done investigation and all the process that this means. Also, that investigating a question that starts from the point of view of people, and that also covers technical data and demographic studies about a certain topic can be difficult and really long. We can say that the Coca-Cola won everything, and it's more famous and also more people like it. The interesting thing about the research, people think that Coke has more sugar, but it's actually the opposite. Pepsi has more sugar than Coke, so at the end of the research, Coca wins. So now, 5 research projects that can arise from your work. Answer to the question, what else can be studied based on the results? We have, number 1, what are the health effects of excessive consumption of cola? Number 2, why people prefer cola instead of other types of drinks? Number 3, on average, how much soda does people consume per year? Number 4, how much harm can it use to consume cola instead of their beverage like water? Number 5, what health effects can have cola consumption in young children? All these questions can be answered taking like the start point of our investigation. For example, in the case of the second research project, why people prefer cola instead of other types of drinks, we can use part of the question. We use like prefer Coke or Pepsi, or in case of the research project number 3, on average how much soda does people consume per year. This is one of the questions we use to start our investigation. More soda are USA and Mexico. Well, in this case of cola. In the case of the research projects 1, 4, and 5, we start from the questions: do you think people of all ages can consume both drinks? In the case of this question, the main answer was no. And the other question we did was, what did you think about both brands? Most of the answers were, both brands are very big, and they have a really good marketing strategy, but both are very high. How can our project change the present? Imagine how your discoveries can be applied to develop technology, protect the environment, and create new policies or regulation, change people's minds, etc. Our project is mainly focused to make statistics and to know more about both brands and the consumption they have of their products. All our recollected data can be helpful to both brands to make new marketing strategies, which can include make some ecological products because of their great ecological movement that is going nowadays in the world, or make some things cheaper or according to new political regulations in order to have more strict methodologies to recycle and not to harm the planet. How can our now write some ideas on how the research results may impact the future? Will they change society, science, culture, environment, or any other aspect of the world? Maybe our research project can make society being more conscious about what they are drinking and in what they are spending their money. Also of being conscious of what they drink, what happened with their containers, and the impact it has to the environment. So the main object is to make people being conscious about these things, considering that there will be always people against your work. Who will be those detractors and how can they oppose to your results? In our project, we are talking about two of the biggest and most powerful brands in the world. We are talking about their stars products. So the main problem could be both brands, because in a certain point this project would take a certain side. We don't know exactly which one, but the opposite brand can be the first one to be against this.